How do they do it? Why do they do it? Riding and crashing and riding and winning and always faster and faster.
Well, welcome back everybody to With Antone MotoGP 2025, and I want to thank everybody who's been watching the recent remote garage episodes. I really appreciate it. We've had some great discussions and there's been some really good comments and questions. I've really enjoyed it. But this week, I want to talk Yamaha. Now, Yamaha say that they're rebuilding, but when you really start to look closely at what they're doing, to me, it doesn't feel like a rebuild. It feels like a company that is trapped by one decision. They are doing everything possible in their power to keep Fabio Quartararo. From an expanded test program to signing the Pramac team on big money to a rushed V4 engine project to a rider lineup that makes no sense to me. It's avoiding youth and long-term development. Yamaha's entire strategy seems to involve around that one rider, and that rider is Fabio Quartararo. And today I want to ask a question that most people aren't going to ask. Is Fabio helping Yamaha move forward, or is his frustration, negativity, and public messaging now really holding Yamaha back? Okay, one priority. Fabio is the entire project to Yamaha. His contract makes Yamaha exist. This is the perception. Every decision Yamaha take is filtered through the lens of, does this keep Fabio happy? Does it keep him in the team? And does that keep him a part of the project? It's not a rebuild, it's a hostage negotiation. Now let's take a look at this testing frenzy. Yamaha has created an extended testing program through Cal Crutchlow, Andre Dovizioso, Fernandez. They even had Remy Gardner riding the bike. And with this new concession style of behaviour, they have really not admitted to the failures that are existing within the team. Is it quantity or is it clarity they are seeking in their testing? And are they learning or just trying every single thing that they could? Is it a testing plan or the lack of one? Like they had the N4 and the V4 in 2024. Surely this must cause confusion. Forget about the cost. What about the confusion to the riders and to what the engineers are being asked to do? So the V4 gamble, we all know about the V4 engine. So is this a vision to the future, or is it a desperate act to keep Fabio? They abandoned its whole identity with the inline 4. And what is really a long-term project, the V4, it's being dressed as a short-term solution. The V4 is not going to save 2026, but it was a commitment they gave to Fabio, and it sounds good for the board members and those running Yamaha that they're trying to do something positive. You know, in my opinion, the V4 isn't for lap times, it's for credibility. Perhaps, who even knows, the inline 4 might be the ideal configuration for the new 850cc engine. Well, it could be, and yet we are seeing that they're trying to keep moving forward with the V4 because of their earlier commitment. Now, what about this whole rider contradiction? Now, they signed Toprak as a 29-year-old rookie. Sure, it's a huge marketing move. It's bring a lot of buzz and a lot of excitement. And personally, I'm looking forward to seeing him on the bike. But will it deliver Yamaha the long-term certainty they are seeking? No youth on the teams is a huge gamble. Look at Honda, they've got Mireia. Look at Ducati, they've got Aldeguer. And Toprak is not young and he's not experienced on a MotoGP bike, I should say, but a huge talent nonetheless. Now, Alec Rins, obviously he's clearly not recovered from that injury, and I don't personally believe he'll ever return to that top factory rider that we remember winning in Laguna and riding the Suzuki. But they've retained him. Why? Lack of alternatives or loyalty? Now, Jack Miller, we all love Jack Miller, and he's experienced. Sure, he brings that to the team. But we have to admit that it's, he's in decline. He's not at his peak. He has safe hands for development, but he doesn't have future hands. And again, I'll say it again, if Fabio could develop a bike, they wouldn't need Jack Miller. So Yamaha talk about the future, but they signed the past. Now this youth problem, look, they tried to sign Mireia, we know this, and that showed they have an awareness of the need for youth. Now that failure showed a lack of leverage that the Yamaha factory MotoGP team have in the paddock. Yamaha used to create stars. They used to have the biggest superstar of them all, Valentino Rossi. Everybody's dream was to ride the Yamaha. It was the easy bike to ride. Remember how popular it was. And now they've got to try to chase riders, and these riders are turning them down. They know the problem, but they're not prepared, or maybe they just can't fix it. Now, Paolo Pavesio, he brings a new tone and a new pressure and also a great relationship with Toprak, which is why he's there. What did Yamaha used to have? They had Lin Jarvis, stable, patient, and structured in what he did. Nothing dramatic would ever occur. But Pavesio brings an urgency, he brings a visibility and a very strong narrative to development. Now, new leadership styles reflects on the corporate message. He is strong on corporate and he wants the Yamaha brand to be strong. He said about Fabio, and complaining too much in public doesn't help the company commitment. Our commitment is to Yamaha. Public comments detract from a healthy atmosphere. So he represents a cultural reset, not just a technical reset, but he's trying to move Yamaha forward in their thinking. They don't lack speed, they lack the freedom to be able to move the development forward, and Pavesio is bringing that to them, maybe at Fabio's peril. Now the big question, now this might be a little bit unpopular, but I believe Yamaha and Pavesio need to make the hard decision and let Fabio Quartararo go from the team. It's not because he has no talent. We all know what a great rider he is, an ex-world champion. But because Yamaha have become almost used to his frustration, this frustration is not letting them be proactive in their rebuild. It's not letting the company thrive, and it's not letting the corporate image of Yamaha grow. The constant public negativity, doubts around the V4 engine, and visibly being dissatisfied don't just affect the garage. They shape how sponsors, engineers, and future riders see the team. Now, this is far from a project that people want to be involved with when Fabio is constantly criticizing the efforts of what they're doing. So sometimes, you know, a rider needs to make a change, but more importantly, sometimes a team needs to be freed of its past and to be allowed to move forward, much in the same manner of HRC have done since Marc Marquez moved forward. But what do you think? What do you think Yamaha should do with Fabio? Do you think they should make the hard decision and let him go? Should they wait for him to decide? I don't know, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. So why don't you drop them down below? Let's have a chat about Yamaha and their future direction. And of course, if you've enjoyed the episode, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Or if you want to get someone interested in MotoGP, or if you know someone who's into MotoGP, there's a couple of big seasons coming up. Why don't you forward this video on to them and share it around the community of the MotoGP fans. Okay, thanks for watching this week, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.